areas that need improvement if Dallas wants to compete for the championship. Before free agents even begins, many analysts and fans are already discussing possible draft targets. A new 7-round mock draft gives us an interesting look at what the Cowboys might do if the draft happened today. These mock draft projects several defensive upgrades and some depth addition that could help the roster immediately. First, let us talk about on first round selection. According to this mock draft, the Dallas Cowboys hold 2 first round picks. The first pick is number 12 overall and the second pick is number 20 overall. If this projection becomes reality, it would give the Cowboys a rare opportunity to add 2 elite prospects in the same round. With the 12 overall picks in the first round, Dallas could select Caleb Downs, a safety from Ohio State University. Caleb Downs is widely considered one of the best defensive backs in college football. His football intelligence, speed, and ability to lead the plays makes him a very valuable defender. The Cowboys have had issues with the consistency in the secondary in the recent seasons. Adding a player like Caleb Downs could immediately strengthen the defensive backfield. Caleb Downs is known for his ability to cover receivers, stop running plays, and make big tackles in open space. Many scouts believe he has the potential to become the future star in NFL. Another reason this selection makes sense is that the Cowboys' defense relies heavily on playmakers. Caleb Downs has shown that he can create turnovers and disrupt opposing offenses. A safety who can force interceptions and break up passes is extremely valuable in today's pass-heavy league. After selecting Caleb Downs, the Cowboys would still have another first-round pick with the 20th overall selection. The mock draft projects Dallas taking Cassius Howell, an edge rusher from the Texas Agriculture and Mechanical University. Howell is a powerful and explosive pass rusher. He has the strength to battle offensive linemen and speed to pressure quarterbacks. The Cowboys' defense has traditionally been at its best when it has multiple pass rushers who can attack from different angles. Adding Howell would give the Cowboys another dangerous weapon on the defensive line. When quarterbacks feel pressure from the multiple players, mistakes often happen. That is when the defense creates sacks, forced fumbles, and game-changing plays. Another important fact is depth. In the National Football League, injury happens frequently. Having several talented pass rushers ensure that the team can maintain strong pressure throughout the entire season. Moving forward to the 3rd round, the Cowboys select Buddy Clark, another safety, this time from the Texas Christian University. Some fans might be surprised to see Dallas draft 2 safeties, but it actually makes a lot of sense. The modern NFL requires teams to have multiple defensive backs who can rotate and play different roles. Buddy Clark is known for his versatility. He can play deep safety, help in coverage, and contribute in special teams. Special teams contributions are extremely important for the players drafted in the middle rounds. Coaches value players who can impact multiple phases of the game. Buddy Clark has experience making tackles, defending passes, and helping on kick coverage units. In the 5th round, the Cowboys select York Tuaren, an inside linebacker from the Texas Agriculture and Mechanical University. Linebacker depth has been an area of the concern for the Dallas in recent years. Injuries and roster changes have forced the team to constantly adjust the middle of the defense. Tuaren York is known for his toughness and leadership. He plays with higher energy and has a strong understanding of the defensive scheme. Inside, linebackers are responsible for calling plays, stopping the run, and covering tight ends or running backs. York could develop into a valuable rotational player early in his career. With proper coaching and experience, he might eventually compete for the starting role. Later, the fifth round, Cowboys selected George Gums Jr., an edge rusher from the University of Florida. This pick continued to term the strengthening the defensive front. George Gums Jr. is a high-effort player who consistently pursues the quarterbacks. While he may not be as highly ranked as some early-round prospects, he has the physical tools that coaches like to develop. Many successful NFL league teams could build strong defensive line by drafting multiple pass rushes over several years. Even if some players become rotational contributors rather than stars, they still play an important role in keeping the defense fresh and aggressive. Also, the fifth round, Dallas selects offensive tackle Keegan Trusty from the University of Missouri. This pick addresses a completely different needs, protecting the quarterbacks. Offensive tackles are extremely valuable in NFL. They protect the quarterbacks from edge rushes and create running lanes for this offense. Injuries to the offensive lineman can seriously affect the team performance, so depth at the position is essential. Keegan Trust has the size and the strength needed to develop into a reliable offensive lineman. While he may not start immediately, he could provide valuable depth and potential competence for the larger role in the future. Finally, the 7th round, the Cowboys select wide receiver Jeff Caldwell from the University of Cincinnati. Later round picks often focus on players with special skills or high potential. Jeff Caldwell is a wide receiver who could compete for the roster spots through his speed and ability to stretch the field. Wide receivers selected late in the draft sometimes become valuable special teams players while they are developed their offensive skills. Even though the 7th-round picks are not granted to make the final roster, teams often discover hidden gems in these rounds. Hard-working players with determination can surprise everyone and earn important roles. It is also important to remember that the official draft order for the 2026 NFL has been finalized yet. The order depends on compensatory picks projection and other league decision. Recent projections suggest that the Dallas Cowboys may receive an additional 5th-round compensatory pick. Yearly estimates suggest that the team would receive 5th-round and 6th-round pick. However, new projections indicate that Dallas might receive a 5th-round selection instead. The compensatory picks are awarded to the teams that lose valuable players in free agents. While signing fewer replacements, this additional selection gives the team more opportunity to add young talent. If Dallas Cowboys truly receive another 5th-round pick, it would give them even more flexibility in the draft. More picks means more chances to find future starters in the depth players. Overall, this 7th-round draft focuses heavily on improving the Cowboys' defense. 3 defensive backs, 2 edge rushes, and 1 linebacker shows clear strategy strengthening into defensive unit. If the Cowboys' defense become more consistent, the aggressive, it could significantly improve the team's chances of the competing for the championship. Of course, mock draft are only projection and prediction. Free agents, trades, play performance, and injury can all change the team strategy. The actual selection may end up looking completely different. However, Analyzing these possibilities helps fans to understand how their roster might evolve. Every draft pick represents hope for the future. For the Dallas Cowboys, the goal remains the same: build a team strong enough to compete for the Super Bowl and finally bring another championship to Dallas. 2026 NFL Draft could be one. So Maneuver now leaves the Cowboys with around $11 million of the available space before the official start of the free agents periods. For the fans who may not fully understand what a contract structuring means, it is essential or a financial adjustment that allows team to move money around within a player contract. Instead of paying a large portion of the player's salary immediately, the team convert part of that salary into signing bonus. Signing bonuses can be spread across multiple seasons, which lowers the salary cap charge in the current year. In this case, the Cowboys reduced the immediate salary cap impact for the several players by pushing some of that money into future seasons. One of the most notable examples involves Dak Prescott. Originally, Prescott was secured to earn $40 million this season in base salary. However, after the restructuring, his base salary has reportedly been reduced to around $1.8 million for the current season. The remaining amount has been converted into signing bonus that will be distributed across the future season for the salary cap purposes. It is very important to note that Prescott is not losing money. He is still receiving the same total value of his contract. This adjustment only changes how that money is counted against the team's salary cap. The same general financial strategy was used for CeeDee Lamb and Tyler Smith by converting portions of their base salaries into bonuses. The Cowboys lowered their immediate cap numbers for this season. This approach gives the team more financial flexibility right now, which could be extremely important as free agents approach. The Cowboys clearly believe that having available cap space today is more valuable than worrying about the potential cap challenge in the future season. However, these moves may only be the beginning. Jerry Jones recently spoke with the reporters during the annual NFL Scouting Combine. He suggests that more contract restructure could happen soon. According to the John, the Cowboys are also considering restructuring the contract of the several defensive linemen, including Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, and Osa Odighizuwa. If those moves happen, the Cowboys could create an even more cap space. This additional financial flexibility could allow Dallas to pursue several impact players during the free agents. For the team that missed the playoff in a consecutive season, making aggressive roster improvements has become a major priority. The philosophy behind these structures is very clear. The Cowboys are essential trading future financial flexibility for the immediate spending power. This strategy allows them to strengthen the roster right now in hopes of the returning to the playoffs contention as soon as possible. It is calculated risk, but it is a risk that many teams across the NFL have taken in order to rebuild the competitive roster. One of the biggest questions facing the Cowboys this offseason involves the star kicker Brandon Aubrey. Aubrey has become one of the most reliable kickers in professional football. His powerful leg and incredible accuracy made him one of the most valuable special teams players in the league. Because of his outstanding performance, Brandon Aubrey is now seeking for long-term contract extension that would make him one of the most highest paid kickers in football history. Reports suggest that Cowboys already offered Aubrey a historic contract proposal. That offer reportedly exceeds to the $6.4 million annual salary that the Kansas City Chiefs gave to their star kicker Harrison Butker. However, Brandon Aubrey and his representative are believed to be seeking an even larger contract that could be worth of around $10 million. Negotiations between the Cowboys and Aubrey have been ongoing since before last season began. Both sides appear interested in reaching an agreement, but financial terms must still be finalized. If the Cowboys can complete an extension before the start of the free agents on March 11th, they will eliminate the possibility that other teams attempt to sign Aubrey away from the Dallas. If negotiations do not result in agreement quickly, the Cowboys still have other options because Aubrey is a restricted free agent. Dallas can use tender offers to maintain control over his rights. These tenders could potentially cost the Cowboys up to $8 million for one season, but they would help ensure that Aubrey remains with the team. Another important story